Do this every night before bed to never lose strength in your legs again. You probably already know that your body rebuilds and strengthens muscles during sleep. But did you know there's a powerful metabolic window that opens every night before you go to sleep? This is when your body prepares to release growth hormone, the main hormone responsible for rebuilding and strengthening your muscles during sleep. The problem is that 95% of people completely waste this window. The result? They wake up weaker, with stiff legs, and losing muscle mass day after day. That's why today you'll see 6 simple exercises that activate this metabolic window and signal to your body that it's time to rebuild strength in your legs while you sleep. And the best part? You do all of this literally lying in bed. No excuses about being tired, no need to go to the gym, no equipment at all. Just you, your bed, and 10 minutes. Before we start, please tell us in the comments your name and the city where you're watching our content from. We'd love to know. Exercise number 6. Lying quadriceps stretch. This simple movement directly combats one of the biggest saboteurs of leg strength, the chronic shortening of the quadriceps caused by sitting for too long. When you remain seated for hours, your quadriceps stay in a shortened position, signaling to the nervous system that this is the appropriate muscle length. Over time, this adaptation reduces your range of motion and compromises force generation. The stretch held for 30 to 60 seconds before bed places the muscle in full extension, reversing this pattern and signaling to the nervous system the correct length. Additionally, it creates a pumping effect in the blood vessels, expelling metabolic waste accumulated during the day and bringing oxygen-rich blood full of nutrients. During sleep, your quadriceps receive optimized blood flow, dramatically accelerating recovery. Research shows that nighttime stretching increases muscle protein synthesis by 25% during sleep. The movement also releases tension in the pelvic region that misaligns the lower back, allowing complete relaxation of the body's anterior chain. Studies indicate that those who stretch before bed spend 30% more time in deep, slow-wave sleep, exactly the stage where muscles regenerate and strengthen. To execute correctly, lie on your side, bend the knee of the top leg, bringing the heel toward the glute, and hold the ankle or top of the foot with your hand. Gently push the hip forward to intensify the stretch in the front of the thigh. Keep the spine neutral, avoiding excessive arching of the back. Breathe deeply and hold the position for 30 to 60 seconds, then turn to the other side and repeat. The most common mistakes are arching the lower back too much during the stretch, which transfers tension to the spine instead of the quadriceps, and pulling the foot with excessive force, which can overload the knee. You feel discomfort in the knee, pull the foot less, and focus on pushing the hip forward. Do one set of 30 to 60 seconds per leg. This exercise is contraindicated for people with acute knee injuries or patellofemoral joint problems. In these cases, seek a professional for adaptations. Number 5. Legs up the wall. This exercise uses gravity in your favor to drain fluids accumulated in the legs during the day. When you stand or sit for hours, gravity forces blood and lymph to the lower extremities, creating swelling and that heavy leg sensation. In just 10 minutes in this position, you can reduce leg swelling by up to 60%, but the benefit goes far beyond circulation. Elevating the legs gives the heart rest, allowing blood to return passively through gravity, significantly reducing cardiac load. Cardiac studies show that 10 minutes of elevation can reduce blood pressure by 5 to 10 points. However, the most impressive benefit is in sleep quality. The position activates the parasympathetic nervous system, responsible for rest and recovery, decreasing heart rate, reducing cortisol, and increasing melatonin production. People who do this before bed report falling asleep faster, having fewer nighttime awakenings, and waking up more rested. It's a powerful tool to improve sleep while simultaneously draining the legs and reducing inflammation. To execute, lie on your back on the floor close to a wall. Lift your legs and rest them completely on the wall, forming a 90-degree angle with the torso. The glutes can be slightly away from the wall if that's more comfortable. Keep your arms relaxed at your sides and breathe naturally. Stay in this position for 10 to 15 minutes. The main mistakes are keeping the legs too tense, which prevents complete relaxation and reduces circulatory benefits, and staying too long in the position if you have low blood pressure, which can cause dizziness when getting up. If you feel tingling in your legs, Bend your knees slightly. Do a single set of 10 to 15 minutes. This exercise is contraindicated for people with glaucoma or elevated intraocular pressure, as inversion can increase pressure in the eyes. Number 4. Lying hip rotation. This movement solves a silent problem that affects 90% of people over 60 and many young adults. The locked hip that has lost range of motion. Loss of hip rotation forces the lower back to compensate, creating excessive twisting in the vertebrae and generating chronic back pain. You may not even notice you have limited mobility until this compensation starts to hurt. The rotation movement stimulates the production of synovial fluid, the natural joint lubricant that nourishes cartilage and allows smooth gliding. This fluid continues to be produced during sleep, keeping the joint healthy. Research shows that those who do gentle joint mobilization before bed wake up with 30% less morning stiffness. The exercise also prevents fascial adhesions, that connective tissue that surrounds muscles and tends to adhere during prolonged periods of immobility, such as during sleep. The rotation slides the fascial layers over each other, preventing them from sticking and keeping the tissue flexible and responsive. The practical result? You wake up without that terrible morning stiffness, with complete mobility, ready to move freely from the first minute of the day. To execute correctly, lie on your back with knees bent and feet supported on the bed. Keep your shoulders fixed on the mattress and let both knees fall to one side, rotating the hip. Go only as far as is comfortable, without forcing. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds, breathing deeply, then return to center and repeat to the other side. The most common mistakes are lifting the opposite shoulder off the mattress during rotation, which transforms the exercise into a spinal twist instead of hip mobilization, and forcing the range beyond comfortable, which can irritate the joint. If you feel pinching or sharp pain, reduce the range. Do 2 to 3 repetitions for each side, holding each position for 20 to 30 seconds. People with lumbar disc herniation should avoid this exercise or do it with very reduced range and professional supervision. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having constant access to science-based information is what will make you progress with health in the long term in the world of bodybuilding. Number 3. Knee to chest lying. Lying on your back, pull one knee toward your chest, hugging the leg with both hands, while the other leg remains extended on the mattress. Hold for 30 seconds, breathing deeply, then alternate. This seemingly simple exercise hides surprising power. The combination of stretching with deep diaphragmatic breathing activates the vagus nerve, the main nerve of the parasympathetic nervous system responsible for calming the body. This activation reduces cortisol levels, the stress hormone, by up to 30%, according to neuroendocrinology studies. Less cortisol means better sleep quality and greater growth hormone release during the night. The stretch also releases the psoas muscle, a deep muscle that connects the lower back to the femur and becomes chronically tense in those who spend a lot of time sitting. When you release this tension before bed, you allow the spine to realign naturally during the night, decompressing the intervertebral discs. The result? You wake up with improved posture and zero lower back tension. The movement also gently stretches the glutes and posterior hip region, areas that accumulate tension during the day. To execute correctly, make sure the extended leg remains relaxed on the mattress, avoiding lifting the hip of that leg. Pull the knee gently, without forcing, and keep your shoulders relaxed. Breathe deeply and slowly, allowing the prolonged exhalation to intensify relaxation. The main mistakes are pulling the knee with excessive force, which can overload the joint, and lifting the head off the mattress during the movement, creating unnecessary tension in the neck. If you have limited flexibility, use a towel or band around the thigh to help pull without forcing. Do 2 to 3 repetitions for each leg, holding each position for 30 to 45 seconds. This exercise is contraindicated for people with inguinal hernias or acute hip pain. Number 2. Scissor crunch. Unlike the other exercises we've seen so far, this one focuses more on the abdomen, but also intensely activates the hip flexors and quadriceps, creating a perfect synergy for functional leg strength. Lying on your back, place your hands under your glutes to give support to the lower back and protect the spine. Raise both legs about 12 inches off the floor, keeping knees extended. Alternate raising one leg while lowering the other, like scissors opening and closing without letting the feet touch the floor at any moment. Do 30 total repetitions, which means 15 complete movements per leg. This classic exercise works the lower abdomen, hip flexors, and quadriceps together, creating core stability crucial for gait and fall prevention. The continuous movement without rest increases localized muscular endurance and elevates metabolic expenditure. When done before bed, the moderate effort slightly increases heart rate and, upon stopping, creates a parasympathetic rebound that facilitates entry into deep sleep. It's as if you exhaust the muscles in a controlled way, signaling to the body that it needs to recover during the night. The exercise also strengthens the core in an integrated way, improving postural control. Studies show that scissor movements performed regularly improve postural control by 40%, significantly reducing the risk of falls. Maintaining the legs suspended throughout the movement activates deep, stabilizing fibers of the core that are rarely worked in traditional exercises. To execute correctly, keep the lower back pressed against the mattress throughout the movement, preventing it from arching. Control the speed of the legs, moving them in a coordinated manner and not just swinging. Keep knees extended but not locked, with a slight natural flexion. The main mistakes are arching the lower back during the movement, transferring tension to the spine instead of the abdomen, and moving the legs too fast, using momentum instead of muscular control. If you feel lower back discomfort, place your hands further in, under the sacrum, or raise your legs a bit more. Do 2 to 3 sets of 30 total repetitions with 30 seconds rest between them. This exercise is contraindicated for people with lumbar disc herniation or severe abdominal diastasis. Number 1. Glute bridge. The gluteus maximus is the largest muscle in the human body, and 99% of people have no idea of the impact that strengthening this muscle has on overall leg health. Many men, especially, neglect specific glute training, thinking it's something aesthetic or secondary. But the truth is that strong glutes are the foundation for healthy knees, protected spine, better stability in all movements, and greater power in any physical activity. The gluteus maximus is the main stabilizer of the pelvis. When it's weak, your knees compensate during walking and running, rotating inward and creating accelerated joint wear. Strengthening the glutes removes this overload from the knees, preventing injuries and chronic pain. The muscle is also essential for keeping the lower back in a neutral position. Weak glutes allow the pelvis to rotate anteriorly, increasing lumbar curvature and compressing the discs. Having the largest muscle in the body well developed also dramatically increases the EPOC effect, which means excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. Basically, the more active muscle mass you have, the more calories your body burns at rest to maintain that muscle. Since the gluteus maximus is enormous, developing it significantly elevates your basal metabolism. To execute the bridge, lie on your back with knees bent and feet supported on the mattress, separated at hip width. Push through the heels and raise the hip, contracting the glutes strongly until your body forms a straight line from shoulders to knees. Hold the maximum contraction for 2 to 3 seconds at the top, then lower in a controlled manner. The secret is to really contract the glutes at the top of the movement, imagining you're squeezing something between them. Avoid excessively arching the lower back, as this removes tension from the glutes and overloads the spine. Keep the abdomen contracted throughout the movement to stabilize the core. The main mistakes are pushing through the toes instead of the heels, activating the quadriceps more than the glutes, and raising the hip using momentum instead of muscular control. If you want to intensify, pause for 5 seconds at the top or execute the movement with one leg only. Do 3 sets of 15 to 20 repetitions with 45 seconds rest. This exercise is contraindicated for people with acute lower back or hamstring injuries. Now that you already know the 6 main exercises, let's move to the bonus that will complement your development even more. Bonus exercise: calf raises. If you do these 6 exercises consistently, you'll already see a huge change in your body and your daily life. But here's one more exercise to complete your development even more. And unlike the others, this one isn't done lying down, but was placed as a bonus on the list because it intensely strengthens the calves, an absolutely crucial muscle that many people neglect. The calf is considered the body's second heart. Know why? Because it helps pump blood back to the heart, against gravity. When you contract the calf, you compress the deep veins of the leg, pushing blood upward. Weak calves compromise this venous return, causing swelling, varicose veins, and leg fatigue. Strengthening this muscle dramatically improves circulation. The calves are also essential for body balance. They make the constant micro-adjustments that keep you stable standing, especially on irregular surfaces. People with weak calves have a much higher risk of falls, especially after 50 years old. This exercise works mainly the gastrocnemius and soleus, the two muscles that make up the calf, in addition to strengthening the small stabilizing muscles of the ankle. To execute correctly, stand close to a wall or furniture to lightly support your hands and maintain balance. Keep feet separated at hip width. Rise onto your tiptoes as high as possible, contracting the calves strongly at the top of the movement. Hold the contraction for 1 second, then lower in a controlled manner until the heels almost touch the floor, but without resting completely. For greater muscle activation, execute the movement on a step, allowing the heels to descend below the level of the toes, increasing the range. You can vary foot position, doing some repetitions with feet parallel, others with toes slightly open, and others with heels slightly apart. This ensures that all portions of the calf are worked. The main mistakes are doing the movement too fast using momentum instead of muscular contraction, not rising completely onto the tiptoes, limiting the range, and not lowering in a controlled manner, losing the eccentric phase, which is crucial for development. The calf is predominantly composed of slow twitch fibers, so it responds better to longer sets. Do 3 sets of 15 to 20 repetitions with 30 seconds rest. These 5 minutes you'll invest doing this exercise are very worthwhile for the health of your legs, balance, and circulation. This exercise is contraindicated for people with acute Achilles tendinitis or severe plantar fasciitis. If you liked it and want to also discover 6 isometric postures that strengthen your legs while sparing your joints, we left a video appearing right now on the screen showing each of them better. Don't miss it. Thank you for watching until here, and may God bless you, my friend.